Hi, and thank you for joining me. This is my video about the eviction process after foreclosure. As a real estate broker, this is one of the saddest aspects of the business. I do have to deal with evictions from time to time when I am listing properties for banks. The eviction process is a heart-wrenching process and generally is a very stressful situation. That being said, I hope this video will provide some insight and some information on what to expect and what your rights are. Again, I do have to give the disclaimer that I'm not an attorney, so if you need legal advice, please go and seek legal advice by an attorney. This is provided for informational purposes anyway. In the state of Utah, we are a non-redemption state. What that means is that once the foreclosure happens, that's it. You can't take it back. You can't get the house back. I have had situations in the past when I have dealt with asset management for banks where borrowers have tried to negotiate short sales or have tried to reinstate the loan after the foreclosure auction. Each of those situations, the sales could not occur. The renegotiation could not occur because it was a non-redemption and you can't go back once it happens in Utah. What will occur when a property forecloses is the property will go to auction at the courthouse. In Utah County, it's generally at the Provo courthouse. If the property is purchased at the foreclosure auction by an investor or a new buyer, then that property becomes the new buyer's property. If the property is not purchased, then it goes back to the bank. If the property goes back to the bank, the property will become what's called an REO or real estate owned property. Many banks and lien holders are hiring what are called asset management companies. These asset management companies are basically subcontractors that will deal with the asset once the property is foreclosed. And so even if you had a loan with Wells Fargo, or you had a loan with Bank of America, or you had a loan with HBC Financial, you probably won't be dealing directly with the bank. You'll probably be dealing with an asset management company. The asset management company, what's common now is to hire a contractor to deal with the eviction. Sometimes though, they'll still hire or contact the real estate broker that will be listing the asset. Regardless, you will be contacted by whoever's been assigned to manage the asset until the property is ready to be marketed by the bank, and they will contact you about eviction if you are still there. Now, as a homeowner, there are a few things that generally happens. The bank does have a right to force you to move if you are living in the property, but most lien holders will offer what's called cash for keys. This is a financial incentive for you to leave the property or what they call their asset in good condition. Cash for keys ensures that by giving you financial incentive, they will have the asset in good condition when it is vacated. The cash for key offer can vary. Generally, the rule of thumb is what an equivalent of 1 month's worth of rent is. Most asset management companies, if they are offering cash for keys, have $1,000 that they're pre-authorized to offer. Above $1,000, generally it has to be approved. I had a situation where a bank was willing to offer a couple $1,000s for some tenants to move out of a duplex, but again, that would have been subject to special approval. Now, if you are a tenant or there is a lease on the property, there are tenant protection laws, and the bank will have to honor the terms and provisions of the lease if that lease is a true and valid lease. But if you are a homeowner occupant of the property and there's no lease, then the cash for keys eviction process is pretty standard. I generally recommend, if you are still in the property, to accept the cash for keys, as it does give you financial incentive to move, and it does give you a little bit of money as you make the transition to a new property. If you do refuse to move, the bank will, or the asset management company will, contact their attorney and the eviction process will start. And that is not a pleasant experience. Essentially what will happen is if it gets to the point where they are evicting and you are refusing to move, the sheriff will actually come and force you to move. Now, if you have vacated the property or the bank finds that the property has been vacated and there are contents in the property that are left, they will post a notice giving you a certain amount of time to remove the contents. If you don't, then the contents will be removed from the property. If you have any questions about the eviction process or have any questions in general about foreclosure or short sales or loan modifications, please feel free to contact me through the information provided on my website. I hope this video has been found to be helpful and informative, and I would love to be a resource to you. Even if you are not considering selling your home or doing a short sale, I'm happy to be a resource and provide you with information because I am very experienced with the foreclosure process, and it is nice to have someone that you can ask that can give you objective information. Thank you again for viewing my video, and I hope you have a great day.